Hi, Internet. Doing kind of a question and answer session. And so I'm doing this video for YouTube, but I'm going to share it on Facebook. If you have any questions, please ask me. I'm really wide open to a lot of things, especially involving the surgery, involving the whole process. For anyone that just wants to know what it's like, really just lay it on me. I've been wide open about everything for a reason, and I'm hoping that it will help others as well. So I did have a couple of people ask me some specific questions, and I thought I'd just go ahead and answer it just kind of globally. Why did I choose the sleeve and not gastric bypass? Well, I know that people that have gastric bypass tend to lose faster and more at a quicker rate. And so that's a big bonus. But on the other hand, you have to take vitamins and a group of them for the rest of your life. And I can get very forgetful. And I just didn't want to do that. I also didn't like the idea of my intestines being rearranged. See, with the sleeve, they just take out a portion of your stomach. Everything else stays the same, so you still absorb nutrients the same way. With bypass, they change things, and that scared me. I had a friend who passed away very suddenly for lack of electrolytes, and I am thinking that it could have been surgery related. She had gastric bypass, so that scared me. I didn't want to do that. So knowing that even was a possible risk, I didn't want to take it. So the sleeve seemed like a really good option for me. Does that mean that things are slower than they would be otherwise? Yes. Does it mean that I won't lose the same amount of weight? No, not at all. A lot of it really depends on what you put into it. So there's that question. I am glad I made the decision that I made. There are times where I'm like, well, you know, if I would have gone the other way, I could be weighing less, but the risks just aren't worth it for me. So there's that question. Second question, what's the hardest part of everything? I think it's just adjusting to, you know, the new you and what you can eat, what you can't eat. And technically, I can eat anything. I haven't found anything beyond maybe spaghetti that my stomach can't handle. But everything has to be very, very small in portion. And my mind has changed. It's like, you know what? I don't need this chocolate. I don't need this sugar. I can have a little bit, and I do, but I don't go crazy. But the hardest part is when there's something that you love, and you just can't eat it, or can't eat very much of it, and so you try to kind of savor what you can. And I mean, there's so many good things, like, you know, steak and pizza, and it's like, well, you can have a little, but you can't really engorge yourself with food. Not that that's ever a good thing, but you know what I mean. You can't pig out on anything, and that used to be kind of fun when I was younger anyway. So everything's changed, and that's hard. Really understanding what full means is hard. And for me now, honestly, getting myself to eat sometimes is hard because I just don't feel hungry. And that's kind of problematic. So that part's hard. Adjusting to constant size changing is kind of frustrating too. Like, well, you know, I could order this online, but I have no idea if it's going to fit. And half the time things have just been too big, which I guess is a good problem to have, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating. Sagging skin is frustrating. We don't need to go into that, but that's a reality. There's just things on your body that just start to sag because it's not filled with fat anymore. So where's it going to go? So don't let anyone tell you that this is easy. It's not. You have to go into it knowing that you're going to be making a lot of big changes, and it's going to affect everything. It affects your hormones. It affects your mood. It affects relationships. I mean, everything. And on the flip side, I'm feeling great. I can move. I can run. So I feel like all of the good things. I mean, my blood pressure was like 110/64 the other day. So those things are fantastic, but they don't come without some cost as well. So this isn't easy by any means. But I work at it. I work out every single day. I do something every single day to help. And that's helped. I mean, as of today, and I know I'm not doing an update for another couple of weeks, but I am down 72 pounds. And that's fantastic. And I'm still going. And that's the beauty of it. I'm not done. I'm wearing jeans that are a size 12. So they have some stretch, sure, but that's not the point. They're a size 12. Am I going to be a size 6? No, never. I've got hips. I've got these nice Norwegian hips that they're not going anywhere. Thank you, Mom. But I'm getting smaller. Is my body going to be perfect? No. It wasn't to begin with, but it's mine, and I'm going to take care of it. Looking ahead in the future, there is a possibility of skin removal, and there's certain portions of my body that insurance would actually cover to take some of it out, just because it affects just function. So that's something that I'll be looking into in the future, but I need to get there first. So I'm at 234 pounds right now. I started at 307 on my surgery, and honestly, the highest that I've ever been was 348. So this has been incredible. I'm 114 pounds less now than I was in November of 2015. So that's a lot less of me. That's like an entire teenager less than me. Less of me, not less than me. So that's a big change, and I hope that my story and following my story has been helpful to anyone, even interesting to someone. Then I guess that's all I care about. I never wanted to hide the fact that I was having surgery. It is what it is. And this was the choice that I made for myself. So if you have questions, please, please, please throw them my way. I'm not afraid to answer anything. I am honest to a fault. So ask away. I will await any questions. Thank you. I'll see you later.